in our daily life, we can see in the various type of the organisms in our atmosphere or environment. Is it? So maybe some tiny particles to very large number of the organism also we can be seen. So maybe in the we can be seen in the bacteria, algae, fungi. In water we can be seen to that one, but it cannot be seen to naked eyes. But with the help of microscope, especially we can be seen in these type of the microorganisms. Like we can be seen in the grass or large number of the trees, animals, and also it can be seen in the ocean animals. Also it can be seen. Is it? So in nature it can be seen. We have to be very curious in it to that one. How should be these type of the living organisms should be arise in the earth? So how can be the distribution of this type of the organisms? We can be distinguishable the characters according to their characteristics. All these we can be discussed here. So you have a large number of the variety of the organisms in the earth. So there will be one of the special characters should be having a different variety of the organisms we can be seen. So everyone should be aware different. They have the more characteristics we can be seen. These are all our characteristics. How can be we can be classified or taxonomized. All this we can be discussed in this session. First, we can be introduction. After objectives. After what are the basis of the classification, hierarchy level of classification, and evolution we can be discussed first of all. So you know that biodiversity. So bio means what? Bio means living organisms. So diversity, there will be nature. So biodiversity refers to the diverse or varied form of the living organism that different from one another. So there will be organisms should be varied from one another by the external appearance or size, color, their pattern, their internal structures. So all we can be called as the biodiversity. Bio means living organism, diversity means different form of the living organism according to their external appearance, size, color, pattern, and internal structure. So nearly we can be seen to the 1.7 to 1.8 million of the organisms, all of which are different from one another. So these are all organisms should be different. So maybe you have to be counted, so they cannot be counted that one. So that much of the living organism you can be seen. Maybe 1.7 to 1.8 million of the organism you can be seen. So we look for the similarities. Suppose if you observe this drawing, so here lion, cheetah, or elephant, yak, zebra, maybe chimpanzees. So these are all look like a similar, is it? So these similarities among the organisms which allow us to put them into different classes, then study different classes or group as a whole. So those are the same characteristics. So there are all four legs, is it? Maybe the body should be divisible into head, trunk, and tail division. So depend upon these characteristics, we can be put on all of them into different classes and different classes as a whole. In order to make relevant group of the study of the variety of the life forms, we need to decide which characteristic decide more fundamental differences among organisms. One organism should be different from another, but their fundamental characteristics should be simply they have the more complex. This would create the main broad group of the organism. So these differences should be create the main broad group of the organisms we can be seen. So in this lesson, so we can be study about the detailed study about the basics of classification. Classification and evolution. How should be the classification and evolution should be interrelated? What is the hierarchy of classification? So under that one can be seen in the kingdom Monera, Protista, fungi, Plantaria, and Animalia. So lastly we can be seen in the classification in Plantaria, monopod and dipod. So next classification of the Animalia, nomenclature. So all these we can be discussed about in this lesson. So first one is basis of classification. Under what basis we can be classified the living organism? So you know that our planet is one of the home for the all million of the species. Here we can see the single cell organism to multicellular organism, like a billion of the cells of the human beings also we can be seen. So their species ranging from tiny bacteria, fungi and amoeba to the giant whales also we can be seen in this planet of the world. So without this organism we cannot be also, like they all should be dependent upon to one another we can be seen. So what is the division of labor? So you know that everyone should be true to the work, is it? So they will be true to the work means the phenomena where all the cells are not the same but acquire different shape and size and become equal to the carry out different functions. So here division of the labor means everyone should not be due to the same work, is it? They will be due to the according to their functions. So like that in our body also we have to do different or variety of the cells or organ cells or tissues. So like that if you observe the red blood cells, columnar epithelium tissue, ovum cell, sperm, bone cell, nerve cell and smooth cell. So our red blood corpuscles whatever they are, that work should not be due to the bone cell, is it? So like what smooth muscle cells do not work to the bone cells. So like that they will be due to their particular functions, hence we can be seen in the division of labor. Ancient Greek thinker Aristotle classified by the living beings basis on their habitat. First in the classification should be started from the Aristotle. He should be classified the living organism their habitat, where they live, that according to their capacity they will be division to the 1 or 2 it can be seen. He classified them into two groups, those living in water. So according to Aristotle, we can be seen in the two groups according to their habitat. One is living in the water, so that is why we can be called as aquatic animals. So those are the living the terrestrial forms, means we can be land. So but this classification was too simple to justify inclusion of a particular organism into a particular group. So this is the one of the simplest classification, but we cannot be grouped to all the organisms there particular group. Yes, it should be also discarded. So some example of the scientific basis of the hierarchy classification as follows. Organization of the nucleus. So first you can be division of the organisms based on the organization of the nucleus. So some organisms have the nucleus, some organisms do not have a nucleus. According to that, we can be nucleus may or may not be organized in the organism. On this basis, organism can be divided into two groups. One is it can be called as the prokaryotic, another one is it can be called as the eukaryotic. So prokaryotic means pro means pre-prominent or pre-cell, that is it can be called as the prokaryote. Eukaryotic means nuclear membrane should be definitely it can be seen, that is it can be called as the eukaryotes. Prokaryotic means when a nucleus is not organized, when a nuclear materials are not membrane bound, that organism can be called as the prokaryotic. So it means those are the not definite nuclear membrane is there, that is we can be called as the prokaryotics. So when the nucleus is organized, the nuclear materials are the membrane bounded. Those are the membrane bounded, that is we can be called as the eukaryotic organisms. So number of the cells also. So maybe some organisms should be become a single cells, some organisms should become a more or million of the cells we can be seen. Depend upon that one we also classified into two groups, that is it can be called as the one is unicellular, another one is the multicellular organisms. An organism can be composed of the single cell or many cell. An organism with a single cell is called as a unicellular organism. Here the example should be given to the amoeba, paramecium or umbellum can be seen. So like that, on the other hand, the organism which has more than one cell, that is we can be called as the multicellular. We have given example to the human beings. So here we can be seen in the cartilage, muscle cells, epithelial tissue, blood, So like that it will be observed here. So mode of the nutrition. So depend upon the nutrition. Nutrition is what? Whatever we can be taken from the food. That food should be completely nourished. That is, we can be called as the nutrition. On the basis of the nutritional mode, we can be broadly classified into autotrophs and heterotrophs. Autotrophs means those organisms can be prepared their own food with the help of the sunlight, carbon dioxide, water and other minerals. That is, we can be called as the autotrophs. The organism which will be depend upon the food for the other organism, that is, we can be called as the heterotrophs. So autotrophs means they can be prepared their own food. Heterotrophs means they can be depend upon the food for the other organism. All animals should be example of the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Next one is level of organization. Even in case of multicellular organism, there are different level of the organization. So see the picture here. We can observe the human cells. So sperm, ovum, or pancreas, kidney, liver, lungs, brain, blood, heart, and also muscle cells also we can be seen. So first I have taken over to the cells, then tissue, afterwards organ, and the organ system can be discussed. When a cell is responsible for all the life process is called cellular level of organization. You already know that cell means it is a structural and functional unit of the living organism. That is, we can call as the cell. So that is the all the life process which can be maintained by the cell. That is, we can call as the cellular level of the organization. So tissue means some group of the cells which perform the definite function. That is, we can call as the tissue. That is the we can call as the tissue level organization. So in our body, for example, we can call as the connective tissue, cartilage tissue, epithelial tissue, muscle tissue, nervous tissue, bone tissue. These are all we can be called as the tissue group of the organism. When tissue group are together to form a organs, that is we can be called as the organ system. A group of tissue which perform a definite function, that is we can be called as the organ. So your organs means maybe heart, kidney, is it nervous tissue, brain. These are all we can be called as the organs. So for example, in your body, so atom to molecule, molecules to macromolecule, macromolecule to organelles, cells, tissue, organ system. So lastly we can be seen in the organism. So organ system level of the organization is seen in the only complex organism. Only we can be seen in the higher level of the animals. We can be seen in this type of the organ system. So on the base, why we can be classify the living organisms. So you already know that Aristotle should be classified the living organism to the aquatic and terrestrial organisms. So organization of the living organism groups according to their certain set of the characteristics is called classification. Suppose if you go to the school, they have to the many students are there. So the various group of the students are there. According to class, we can be classified. Is it? So if you go to the any library, we need to the variety of the books are there, but whatever our interested that we can be carried that books. Is it? So that why we can be classified the organism, their basic characteristics. That is, we can be called as the classification. The science of the classification is called taxonomy. So classification is also scientifically we can be called as the taxonomy. The features belong to the particular organism is called characteristics. Whatever the features are belong to the particular organism, that is we can be called as the characteristics. So first we can be seen in the species. So then you can go to the genus, family, order, class, phylum, kingdom, domain. So either it should be prokaryotic or eukaryotic, it can be called as the domain. Then it should be belong to a kingdom, Plantae or Animalia. Phylum, it should be chordata or non-chordata. Class, order, family, genus, species. These are all 7 levels that can be called as the hierarchy level of the organization. What is evolution? So you know that evolution means it is the process of the single organisms which can be converted into become a complex organism. There is a series of changes should be occur in the nature. That is, we can be called as the evolution. Suppose look at the picture here. Dodon. So here belongs to that one Elapodopsy. So it means early they will be form a Elamodopsy, then it should be form a Pityetics, then Rhodocetics, afterwards they become a Dorodon. So over a course of time, the living organism accumulate changes. Then when the earth should be become a form, there will be simple living organism. Those are the organisms. Now they will become a very complex organism. These changes should be occurred in their body type or size of their features. Maybe their body type or their body features we can be seen in this type of the organisms. So evolution means, for example, if you observe the evolution of the horse, so here you can be seen in the very size should be very small. Afterwards they will be becoming size should be very high. The changes allow them to survive better with the change in the environment. This is called evolution. So evolution means not only changes, that whatever there will be, they will be made the changes that should be the better with the environment also. Then we can be called as the evolution. So this concept should be introduced by the first Charles Darwin. He is one of the British scientists. So related to this one, you can see some questions here. The science of the classification is called, so the correct answer is taxonomy, is it? So demography, taxonomy, biology, diversity. The correct answer is taxonomy. So second question. What is the primary characteristics on which the first division of the organism is made? The primary characteristics on which means the nature of the cell. Primary characteristics of the first division of the organism decided. So whether it should be single cell or it should be multicellular, life forms can be classified into either prokaryotic or eukaryotic. So next one is hierarchy of the classification. So hierarchy means how should be we can be classify the living organism. So biologists such as first Ernest Haeckel 1894, then Robert Whittaker 1969, Carl Woolf 1977 have tried to classify the living organism according to their broad categories. That is, it can be called as a kingdom. Either it should be kingdom, should be belongs to the plants, or it should be animals. So classification of the Whittaker proposed 5 kingdoms. So that is whatever nowadays also we can study about that one. So that is kingdom, Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. So further classification is done by the naming the subgroups at various levels of the given in the following scheme. So that is, we can be write on the kingdom, then phylum, class, order, family, genus and species. So here the smaller and smaller groups we arrive at the basic unit of the classification, which is we can be called as the last we can be observe the species. It is the basic level of the classification of the living organisms. What organisms said to be belong to the same species? So Homo sapiens, we are all we can be called as the Homo sapiens, is it? A species include all organisms that are similar enough to breed and perpetuate. A group of organisms which can be breeding themselves or perpetuate, that is, we can be called as the species. So look at the family here, dog is the one of the species we can be called as that one. So like that, zebra and as they are all should be included in the one species. So this is the species we can be seen to that one. So further we can be study about the one video is there, we can be observed to that one.
Classification. Most life forms that we see today have risen by accumulation of change in its body design that allow the organism possessing them to survive better. Charles Darwin first described this idea of evolution in his book, The Origin of Species. Connection between evolution and classification. designs